Guys, today I'm going to show you how I made the cover for I'm Lost Without You by Blink-182. So I use Logic. I made the entire cover on Logic without any instruments or anything. It's possible if you want to make covers but can't play instruments or don't have any instruments at your current disposal. This is the track already completed, but I'm just going to go through it step by step. So when I do covers, I try to get the main chords down first so I know where I am and I have a map of everything. So I started with this track. When you open up the new file, I click software instrument and it goes to that. And it automatically does classic electric piano. So I'm going to solo this track. And I added fifths to this. So the bottom notes are the bass line, the tonics, and then the top notes are the fifths. So it's C, G, A minor, and I think C or G. And that's for the intro and the first verse. And then there's a chord change. So this song is pretty simple. Most of the chords stay the same, but maybe they come in different orders or at different times in the song. And then the transition after the chorus, just this one note or two notes. For the sound of this, it's just classic electric piano, but in the E piano, I just turned down the tone a little bit, so I didn't do much to it. In the chorus, I wanted to switch things up a little bit, so I added this. It doesn't do much, but it has some variation to it. And then for a little more variation, in the intro, there's that melody, so I just did the same melody, but I did it in classic electric piano and then I did it again in different instruments. So this is the melody of how the song starts. And then I put it on a lower octave so that the verse could take more precedent. Here I did something a little bit different, so I wouldn't have the same melody over and over again. And then this is the second verse, so I wanted to add more momentum, just an ostinato. In the second half of the other chorus, I added some harmony to this ostinato. Here I added the octave, and in this one, in the second one, I added the harmony. And this is the interlude. I just copied what was in the original song. And then the chorus comes back up. And then at the very end, I just have one chord or one note. And I drag that down here too. And then for this one, it's basically the same thing, but slightly varied. I added an effect to this, so it has more reverb. It has an echo and it has a lot of feedback on the 8th note, and I lowered the tone for this also. Reverb, echo. On bus 2, there's Reverb Space Designer. It's very similar to the one above, just adding more depth. So these bells, they're mostly melody, and it has some of the same elements towards the end, but in the beginning it's this melody again, and I think some ostinato and stuff. So in the beginning it duplicates just like this. And then it also goes down an octave. And then right here, it duplicates the melody of the vocals for the chorus. Bells just add another dimension. And then so I added bass. I wanted it to play off of the drums, but I kept changing the drums so much that the bass is basically its own entity and the drums are their own entity too. And I also couldn't decide what instrument to pick, so I just picked Liverpool bass. It's pretty classic. I tried to vary the rhythm slightly and some of the notes, but it's not too drastic. And then I doubled it here. The drums don't start until the interlude between the first verse and the chorus, the second half of the first verse. I kept changing the drums so much because it was so hard to find the instruments, and I also added something below down here. Just a simple drum beat to the chorus, the second verse. It's nothing too crazy, it's pretty simple. So for the vocals, I only recorded 2-ish times because I didn't want to stress over it. Here they are. I swear that so I added a lot of stuff to this. Go on forever again. So the EQ. Please let me know that I had to do some mid-tone decreasing. There's a lot of breath in there because I was really close to the mic. As your lover, your friend. I am not an expert, so I'm just editing things the way they sound to me. I don't know much about compression, so I was doing the best I could. So I just tried to increase the volume of the solo and thicken it up and everything. And I added the de-esser, and then I added a couple other EQs because I couldn't get the vocals right. Because if I turn off of everything, it sounds like this. So this is with the first EQ. I'm dreaming with the compression. Another EQ. More compression. To believe this. EQ. I tried to limit because some areas are quieter than others. I put a pitch corrector on there, and the response isn't too fast because I wanted it to sound natural. But I also did flex pitch because that sounds way more natural. So I didn't make the pitch perfect And in certain places, I had to choose the other track, like here. So I messed up on the words here, so I clicked this track. Ed Sheeran, he does a lot of doubling in octaves, and I wanted to try that. For this song, I couldn't go an octave lower, so I went an octave higher, but it did not sound good enough to do it for the whole song, so I just did specific parts. I will go down. Oh, for the top vocals, I also put a bus for the reverb. Space Designer, I just did vocal plate in a large room. And then I also did an echo on bus 6. It's lower on a half note because I didn't want the echo to get too annoying. As your lover, your friend. And then for this track, I did the EQ, compression, de-esser, even though it's only like 2 snippets, pitch corrector, and then I added a fuzz wah because this is how it sounds without fuzz wah, and then this is how it sounds with fuzz wah. I will go down. It's not that big of a difference, but it sounds more intentional, like I'm not shrieking. I added harmonies on the second half of the song, so I added a lot of auto-tune to it because it is background vocals, so I'll leave my room. Hopefully it's not as noticeable. Until sunrise for you. So that was for the entire section on. Yeah, so with the whole song, it sounds like this. I'll leave my room open till sunrise. And then I pan them, not all the way to the right or to the left, because it sounded too out there in your ears. So I just pan them, what is that, a quarter? And then at the end, in the original song, they also do this in these two. So this is the regular melody. And then I added the harmony. And for this, I panned all the way to the right and to the left for the melody. So it would be like in the back of your ears, and then for the higher ones, I put it like in the front of the ear, left and right. And then for all of the background stuff, I did basically the same thing, except in the main harmony, I didn't add the echo because it would be too much. And then I added a compressor on the entire track. I think it thickened it up, but I don't know. Okay, so this is how it is, but you can go listen to the full track on my last video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, and if you know more about music production than me, you can offer tips. Subscribe to see future videos.